Do you know what the finances you're going to need when you get into ATM business? At the end of the video, and I will share with you all that information. All right, so one of the finances you're going to need to spend money on is a wireless device. Now, for some of you, you might choose to just hardwire your ATM to the location. Others will choose to use what we call a wireless device, which is actually a cellular device that sits in the ATM that allows the ATM to communicate with Visa, MasterCard, and all the other banks. So if you choose to use a device like that, you're looking at anywhere from maybe as little as $140 up to $250, depending on the device, or it could be even a little bit more. And then you're looking at a monthly fee, depending on what unit you use in the ATM business. There's many to choose from. Some have security features that allow geofencing or shake if somebody moves your ATM. Others do not. Some have dual capability, maybe an AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile, depending on your choices. Others do not. So that will be one of the devices that you will either choose or not to choose in the ATM business to spend your money on that device. Point number 2, this is a big one in the ATM business, fuel. That's the cost of the gas that goes in your car, or diesel fuel, whatever you choose to use, that goes into your car for you running around filling ATMs. Some of you guys use an economical car, maybe like a Prius or something that maybe some kind of Honda that gets a good gas mileage. Others will choose to use an SUV because now they can move ATMs. So it just depends what you're comfortable with. Maybe you have 2 vehicles. Maybe you have an SUV to move ATMs and you have an economical car to fill ATMs. Those are going to be one of the choices you'll make when you get into ATM business. But fuel is a big one because the less money we spend on fuel, the more money we put in our pocket and keep in our pocket when you're in the ATM business. So if you're thinking about starting your own profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay to the end of the video and I will share with you our checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist. The 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success. You can earn between $250 and $1,500 of passive income every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Point number 3, the ATM. Now, cost of the ATM is going to vary. Is it new? Is it used? If it's used, you can buy an ATM for under $1,000, or if it's new, you can pay as much as $3,000 or maybe even more now, $3,500 for an ATM. It's going to depend on what bells and whistles you use, what manufacturer, what level. Is it the entry level, or is it second tier level, or is it even a higher tier level? Is it going to be an ATM that sits on a wall? Is it going to be a floor mounted ATM? All these choices that you will have when you get in the ATM business. Again, our recommendation to you is you should always buy new when you start out in the ATM business, but there will be a choice that you'll have to make. Am I going to buy used? Am I going to buy new? And what models do I need to buy? Again, anywhere from maybe as low as under $1,000 up to as much as $3,000 or more for your ATM. Point number 4, education. Are you going to choose to buy a course from somebody? We sell a course. Other people sell a course. They help you get in the business. They help you find locations. So do we. So you're going to make a decision. Am I going to do that? Or am I going to look at YouTube? You can get a lot of information from this channel. It'll help you in your ATM business. Am I going to talk to there's other groups out there besides us? People will give you information. Is that information good enough to start? Is it the information you're going to look at? What are you going to pay for information? Some people will decide, they'll do all the research and they'll say, hey, I'm good. Others will choose to buy a course and get more information from more of a reliable source. It'll just depend on what your choice is and how serious you are in getting into ATM business or getting educated in the ATM business. For me, when I started out, there wasn't those kind of opportunities as there are today. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on research and learning the hard way. Also, I did a lot of courses that were there in terms of seminars that I paid to be part of an association and get seminar information. Every year, we choose to always get continuing education to be up on the latest, greatest. Of course, we get a lot of information. Our sponsor bank is Pueblo Bank and Trust. We get a lot of information on a monthly basis from them to keep us current in the industry, but you will make that decision on education. Where am I going to get that education and who am I going to trust in the ATM business? And number 5, insurance and the cost of cash. Okay, when you're first starting out in the ATM business, insuring your ATM is going to be a lot of money, probably about $2,500 a year to insure one ATM and the ATM, the cost of cash in your ATM. We recommend that you self-insure your own, which means you pay yourself in case there's something wrong and an incident happens. Then when you build up your ATM business, you have an opportunity to go out and get an insurance company. You can also try to leverage your relationship with your current insurance provider, maybe for a home or a car, and ask them, hey, I'm thinking about getting into business. Can you provide to me what they call a general liability policy for my ATM business? They will give you the costs associated with that. It could cost anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on what those levels are of insurance. That's why I suggest to you, I know when we started in the business, we just self-insured our own business until we make enough money to get to pay for insurance. This is a decision you will have to make. Also, the cost of cash. That means when you go to the bank, are the banks charging you to get your own money out of the account? Some banks do not, some banks do. So you got to figure out what that's going to be. We hear anywhere from $0 to $1,000 a month to have an account. So it just depends on where your bank is and what they're charging. When you first start out, most of the time you can get it for almost nothing, if not nothing. But as you get a little bit more into the ATM business, these costs will start to incur. Again, ATM business is one of the best businesses I know to make profitable, but there are some, the bigger you get, the more money you will have to spend on expenses. All right, so if you're thinking about starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business. So you can start earning passive income, make more money for your family, and spend more time with them also. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom at one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube, and I'll see you over at the next ATM Mastermind video.